What's up, beautiful people? It's your homegirl, Miss Shameless, all up in your building, and she is back. I have been traveling, and the traveling will not stop. She's gonna continue to travel, but I really wanted to do a video on traveling solo, and it's something that I've been doing more and more of. And for my birthday, I decided to go to Colombia by myself. And I have traveled by myself previously, but this was the first time in a minute that I went to a foreign country that I didn't speak the language, that I didn't know many people, and the people that I did know, I didn't know them very well. But it was, oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I had so much fun. I was on my Eat, Pray, Love moment. If you haven't read the book, you gotta read the book. A lot of you asked me on Instagram to share tips on traveling solo. So I'm gonna share my perspective. Mind you, I'm older and I built my confidence up to do this solo. Tip number one, if you've never traveled by yourself out of your own country, I highly recommend that you first build your confidence. Start traveling out of your neighborhood, out of your city, out of your state, your time zone, and that's how I did it. I'm born and raised in Toronto, Canada, and the first time I left, I think I was 18, and that's when I came to LA. So I thought about traveling overseas, but I'm like, I'm 18, I don't feel very confident. Where can I go where I can still speak the language? So that's why I came to California. Also, if you haven't even traveled, period, how about you travel solo, like date night with you, yourself, and you? Movies, dinner, lunch. Some people get awkward about being by themselves. I used to go to the movie theaters by myself, and I remember it wasn't a big deal when I was in university. I think it was like $2 movies on Tuesdays. It was something ridiculous, so everyone would generally go by themselves. But I remember when I moved to Vancouver, and I didn't really have anyone to go to the movies with. I was new there. I went by myself. But then I got so embarrassed. This is pre-Shameless Maya. And so I'm in the movie theater. I recognized someone coming. They were the row behind me, and they acted like they saw me, and I pretended like I didn't see them. And there was two guys sitting beside me. I started acting like I knew them, and I was just like you only see my head. So behind it looks like I'm talking to them. I'm just like this. Yo, so that's why I say build your confidence, because if you can't even go to a movie theater by yourself, I don't know how far you're gonna get in a different country. And I was really concerned when someone was like,
I've never left the country, I booked the same hostel that you stayed at, I'm leaving.
Oh.
And then they asked me for directions on how to get there. And that's just not how you go about doing this. Don't just follow people and what they're doing. You gotta listen to your own voice and do what feels comfortable. So build your confidence, travel out of your comfort zone, and start small. Hey! Okay, so the reason why I say build your confidence is because you don't want to make yourself an easy target for predators. People are looking to take advantage of other people, and it's happened to me. So you want to have the look of confidence on your face. You want to project that confident energy, because if you're afraid, if you're fearful, if you have a question mark on your face, you make yourself an easy target. So hence why step number one, build your confidence. And then step two, take that confidence with you in the world. And then I highly recommend reading this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's something that I read years, I'm talking like 12 years ago. I read it when I was living in Vancouver, actually. But some of the tips that book has is be genuinely curious about other people, ask questions. You don't want to travel, or you just don't want to be that person that sucks energy out of everyone. For me, it's all about giving. If you can give warm, confident, positive energy, you're going to attract that energy back. If you have a negative demeanor, a negative disposition, and you're traveling to certain countries that don't have running water, that don't have electricity, that are running 24/7, you don't want to have this like stank attitude, because then your trip is going to be negative. You're going to hate it. You're going to be like, why did I do this trip that Maya told me to do? Don't do that. So you got to check your attitude. And the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is a very good book for anyone to read. I highly recommend it, especially for you negative people out there. Next tip, how did I meet friends or people while I was traveling? Again, if you read that book, it'll give you tips, but let me just break it down for you, because we on YouTube and you want things for free and we want it right now. I literally had to tell myself, Maya, be open today, because I found myself, even though I was, out of my comfort zone, I was still in my own world, my own little bubble. You can be out of your comfort zone, but still be in your own comfort bubble. And I found I was emotionally leaning on my friend's cousin, Colm. Don't try to like lean and be their plus one. Like, meet people, that's why you're here. So I literally said, I open myself fully to give and receive love. Because I was being a real rest in B face. And when I did that, that's when I started meeting people. That's when I met Max. But just being not on your phone. So then a natural conversation starts to happen when you are curious about this person. So, oh, what brings you to Colombia? Oh, you're from Sweden. What? You got an English accent. So those questions, and that's pretty much how I started to meet people. Invest first in finding more about this person before you start taking and stealing. So that's how I met Max. And then I also met Daniela, this talented photographer. I like to start off with things that are present in our surroundings, like, oh, cool shirt, or oh, you know, what's that on your face? No, don't do that. I hate when guys do that. There's this thing that guys do in New York. It happens to me all the time where there's like, oh, there's something in your teeth, and you're like, oh, so what's your name? I'm like, oh, fuck you, is that what you wanted? I hate that shit. So don't do that. Compliments, questions, curiosity, that will get you friends. Also, I met Jack and Matt, two English guys. I just started asking them questions. I'm like, do you know where the bus terminal is? So we literally are walking together to the bus terminal. We ended up buying the bus tickets together because they thought we were like traveling as a group, so we got a discount. And then once we got a discount, we sat together on the bus. Once we got to where we needed to go, we exchanged WhatsApp. Y'all know about the WhatsApp when you're international. And then we were just communicating through that. Do you want to join us for dinner? Yes. What is this place? How did you hear about it? Oh, where did you meet the person that told you about it? So just these natural conversations that are the foundation for friendships. And I met so many cool, fun people. And oh my God, honestly, this trip was just so much fun. I had no idea I could have so much fun with complete strangers. You think sometimes your fun and your happiness is hinged on the people that you love, and it comes down to you. And if you love yourself and love life enough, you'll just continue to attract that wherever you go, whoever you're around. So once you have this information and you start to journey out there in the world, be safe and be smart. If you have the latest and greatest phone, put a crappy phone case on. Don't be flashy. I wasn't wearing this. I wasn't wearing designer nothing. I was literally wearing things that basically would keep me cool in this sweltering heat. But I'm mindful and cognizant of what I have with me. The last thing you want to do, again, is be a target. People are always out there. You just don't know, so you better be safe than sorry. Be mindful of your surroundings, both on the street and in the dwelling you're staying at. Again, just don't pull things out. Like, I had a drone. I was like, damn it, I'm making myself a target. But I tried to do it in areas where it wasn't flashy, because I don't want to advertise like, look, I've got this expensive thing that anyone could take from me when I'm alone. But these are things that cross my mind. Like, I think like a con artist. And like, I have to be mindful of like what I do and where and who I'm around. So just being aware of your surroundings. Don't be flashy. Don't be out here being shameless, if you know what I mean. Be shameless, but don't be shameless. Yes, be mindful of what you're wearing and what you have. Be mindful of your surroundings, but also be mindful of the people. I met some great people, and who knows, they could be psychopaths, but I met some really cool people. Shout outs to Max. And I remember we were both walking, and it was loud, it was crowded, and then all of a sudden it got quiet. We turned down the street and it got quiet. I was being so dumb, not being like paying attention. I was in my own world talking, and Max was the one who was like, let's turn around and go back. We're not doing this. And then I like came to my senses and realized, oh yeah, it's late at night. We're in a city that we're not familiar with. We are clearly tourists, so let's go back. So we did that. I also think like, Max, you could have killed me. You could have killed me. But you didn't. So again, you don't want to be like suspect on everyone because I'm like, yay, be open. You just don't know. You gotta like be mindful and just be aware and pay attention. If people are giving you bad vibes, you gotta listen to your gut. but you gotta actually listen. If you're not even trying to listen, you won't even know. The last thing I would want for you to do is be open to this world of meeting new people that are gonna It happens. I've seen too many horror movies. What is that horror movie where they sell your organs? Like where there's all these tourists and they're being dumb and then they're like cut open. They're like, oh, my organs are being sold on the black market. Don't be that person. Don't die on me, please don't. Shameless Maya told me to do it. I didn't tell you shit. Resources, whether that's online or asking people. And this is when how to win friends and influence people comes into play, because when you're curious, open-minded to other people's experience, when you're confident and positive, you enrich your experience. So I went there with one plan, which was to check out this one city, Santa Marta, and it was north of Santa Marta, like an hour north. And then I ended up doing 4 little cities and towns, and that was just like, she was freestyling on them. And that was because I was open to meeting people, excited to learn more, and because of that, my experience was just boom. They also directed me to some resources. So if you have any resources, let us all know in the comments below. Hostelworld.com is what they shared with me. She wasn't in no bougie 5-star, hotel. I was in the most beautiful places. And hostel is essentially a place where a lot of younger travelers share a room. And they have options where you can share a room where it's like a dorm style of like 4 to 30 people. But you can also have the option, depending on where you go, on having your own private room, even your own private home. It's kind of like a hotel without the resorts and amenities of a hotel. So I was staying at Costeño Beach Hostel, and the owners of that are actually a cousin of my friend from Toronto. So I had been meaning to go here for 4 years for my birthday, and I kept putting it off, and I finally did. Once I was there at Costeño, because I had so much fun there, I want to have that same energy of just being adventurous, and I haven't been adventurous in Los Angeles. So I've been going to resources, which is why I'm saying share in the comments below. I also follow hashtags on Instagram. I use the hashtag things to do in LA, so I see it on my feed and I'm like, oh, I should check it out. Next tip, have a fluid itinerary. And what I mean by that is have goals and plans on what you want to see and do, but be open and fluid to that changing. My flight was canceled. I was a day late. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to extend my trip. I extended my trip, and I had said I'm only going to this one location. And instead it turned into 4, and I met so many fun, cool people. I went to Minca. I went to Cartagena. I just went to so many places, and I was so happy about that, because my one itinerary was go to this one beach and go surfing, and instead I was open and fluid, and I ended up doing more. The other pitfall, which I also had when I went to Australia, which was having too much to do. When I went to Australia, I was like, I'm going to Sydney, Melbourne, Cairns, Byron Bay. Like I was all over the place, and I found myself stressed out by the travel. I hopped from plane to plane, 3 hours, 2 hours. It was just like, it was too much. You'll learn the more travel that you do, having buffers and being open. That is the perk about traveling solo. You do what you want to do. So if you want to sleep in, guess what? You sleeping in. You want to read a book in a hammock all day, that's what you get to do. If you want to go hiking, you get to go hiking. Those are the things that I loved doing when I was by myself. But again, my itinerary was pretty open. And when I went there, again, one mission, but when I was there, I started to plan things out the night before. So even doing things the night before can be a little strategy up your sleeve. Another helpful tip, don't rely on your phone. Your phone is your enemy when you travel to foreign countries. Your Wi-Fi don't work, your data don't work, your apps don't work. So bring books with you, whether it is a map, even language books. A lot of people rely on Google Translate, and it's cute when it works, when you have data, but if you don't, you screwed. And while we're on it, bring a battery charger while you're out there. The clutch thing that I learned to start packing with is a power bar. That has been life-changing when you travel to different countries that have different outlets. Because you have different outlets, and sometimes you lose, you forget, you didn't realize they had a different outlet because you didn't do your homework the night before. You can only charge one thing at a time. But if you have a phone, a laptop, a camera, whatever else you have. Next tip, be shameless with your photos. This is the time to be shameless if you're traveling solo, because guess what? I didn't have no photographer with me. I didn't have no botographer, boyfriend, friend, photographer, nothing. I literally had to go up to strangers and be like, permiso. And so one tip is take the shot and show them. You could do that if you have all the time in the world, or you can like frame it up and like hand your phone off and like have them stand there. Do as much as you can to frame your shot, and then abandon your shame and just get the shot. What's important is do it for the gram, do it for the gram, do it for the gram. I was at a restaurant and we were at the waterfalls in Minca, and I'm like, I saw everyone and their friends. Everyone and their friends taking all their photos for the gram. And I'm by myself. I can't ask the dog that followed me to the damn waterfall. So I had to ask the waiter at the restaurant. And thank goodness I got a good one, because he was like giving me all kinds of shots and angles. Don't be afraid to, if you don't get the shot, either ask them again or ask somebody else. Don't be afraid to get your shot, okay? People are really complimenting me. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't, on how I got certain shots. But if I didn't get it, like in Australia, I didn't get my shot, I asked like 3 people. And then I was like, portrait mode on. Could you just take my photo? Thanks. Is that your girlfriend? Oh, never mind, I don't need it anyway. Those are my tips on traveling solo. Solo dolo, on your ones, by yourself. Share all the tips that you have in the comments below. I'm not a pro at this. I'm not the shut up and go dynamic duo, David and Joe. So let me know in the comments below. Look at my rapper. But yes, let me know what your next travel destination is and all the resources for all of us that want to know. Until next time, remember to do you, be you, and stay true, boo. Be shameless, be safe, be curious, be creative, and be open to love as you fly.